What if space travel wasn't just for highly trained astronauts or the world's wealthiest individuals? What if you, yes you, could board a spacecraft, leave Earth behind and set foot on Mars? It might sound like science fiction, but one company is working relentlessly to make it a reality. This is the story of SpaceX, a company that has reshaped the space industry, challenged long-standing norms, and ignited the dream of making humanity a multiplanetary species. But how did it all begin? What challenges did SpaceX overcome to reach this point? And what does the future hold for a company that refuses to settle for anything less than interplanetary colonization? This is the SpaceX revolution. At the dawn of the 21st century, space travel was dominated by government agencies like NASA and Roscosmos. Missions cost billions, rockets were disposable, and progress was slow. Many believed that only governments had the resources to push humanity deeper into space. Then came Elon Musk. Fresh off his success with PayPal, Musk had a vision that most experts considered impossible, drastically reducing the cost of space travel and eventually colonizing Mars. In 2002, he founded Space Exploration Technologies Corp., or SpaceX, with the belief that a private company could do what governments had struggled with: make spaceflight more efficient, affordable, and frequent. But the journey was anything but smooth. In its early years, SpaceX faced near-total failure. The company's first rocket, Falcon 1, launched for the first time in 2006, but failed to reach orbit. The second attempt? Another failure. The third? Still no success. SpaceX was running out of money, and investors were skeptical. Everything depended on a fourth launch. On September 28, 2008, the fourth Falcon 1 launch finally reached orbit, making SpaceX the first private company to do so with a liquid-fueled rocket. Days later, NASA awarded SpaceX a crucial contract to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. This was the breakthrough they needed. Most rockets at the time were single-use, millions of dollars spent on a vehicle that was discarded after one launch. SpaceX saw this as the biggest obstacle to affordable space travel. Their solution? Reusability. By developing rockets that could land, be recovered, and relaunch, SpaceX could dramatically cut costs. In 2015, the world witnessed history when a Falcon 9 first stage successfully landed vertically after a mission. This was a game changer. No other space organization had achieved this before. Since then, SpaceX has made booster landings routine, relaunching rockets multiple times and cutting costs significantly. Falcon 9 became the most reliable workhorse rocket in history, completing over 250 successful launches and delivering satellites, supplies, and even astronauts into orbit. But this was just the beginning. NASA collaboration and human spaceflight. For decades, NASA relied on the space shuttle to send astronauts to space. But after the shuttle program ended in 2011, the US was forced to pay Russia to transport astronauts to the International Space Station. SpaceX changed that. In 2020, the Crew Dragon spacecraft launched on the historic Demo 2 mission, sending NASA astronauts to the ISS, the first time a private company ever carried humans into orbit. Since then, Crew Dragon has completed multiple missions, proving that commercial companies can safely and reliably ferry astronauts to space. But SpaceX isn't just building rockets. They're also launching Starlink, a vast constellation of satellites designed to bring high-speed internet to every corner of the world. With over 5,000 satellites in orbit and growing, Starlink is already providing service to remote areas, disaster zones, and even military operations. While controversial for astronomers worried about satellite interference, Starlink could generate billions in revenue, helping fund Musk's ultimate goal, Mars. Starship, the next evolution of space travel. Falcon 9 changed the game, but Starship aims to rewrite the rules entirely. Starship is the most ambitious spacecraft ever built, designed to be fully reusable, carry up to 100 people, and land on multiple planets. It's the key to making space travel affordable and scalable. It's also massive, 394 feet, 120 meters tall, making it the largest and most powerful rocket in history. SpaceX has already conducted multiple test flights, learning from failures and improving the design. The vision? A Starship fleet capable of transporting humans and cargo to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. What does the future hold? A multiplanetary civilization? The Artemis program and moon landings. NASA's Artemis program is aiming to return humans to the moon by the mid-2020s, and SpaceX is playing a crucial role. They won a contract to develop a lunar version of Starship, that will land astronauts on the moon for the first time since 1972. This is a stepping stone for even greater ambitions, using the moon as a launch pad for Mars exploration. The Mars Dream. Elon Musk's ultimate goal is colonizing Mars. He envisions a self-sustaining human settlement on the red planet within our lifetimes. To achieve this, SpaceX is developing technologies: Starship refueling in orbit for deep space missions, closed-loop life support systems for long-duration space travel, terraforming concepts to make Mars more habitable over time. This means transforming Mars to resemble Earth. While these goals sound ambitious, even unrealistic, SpaceX has proven that daring to dream big can lead to real progress. The SpaceX legacy. SpaceX has already accomplished what many thought was impossible. SpaceX has made spaceflight more affordable and sustainable, developed reusable rockets, reducing launch costs, sent astronauts to space on private spacecraft, built the world's largest satellite internet network, created the world's most powerful rocket with Starship. But the journey is far from over. As SpaceX pushes the boundaries of what's possible, we may be witnessing the beginning of a new era in space exploration, one where humanity is no longer bound to Earth. So, will SpaceX succeed in making us a multiplanetary species? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, they won't stop trying. If you enjoyed this deep dive into SpaceX, be sure to like and subscribe. The future of space travel is just getting started.